Good morning. Pastor Michelle here with your morning devotion. We continue in reading Jeremiah, and we are in chapter 19. The Lord proclaims, "Go buy a clay jar from a potter in the presence of the elders of the people and the priests. Then go out to Ben Hinnom Valley at the entrance of the gate called Broken Pots, and proclaim there the words I will tell you. Listen to the Lord's word, you kings of Judah and those who are living in Jerusalem. This is what the Lord of heavenly forces and the God of Israel says. I'm going to bring such disaster upon this place that it will shock all who hear it. They have deserted me and degraded this place into a shrine for other gods, which neither they nor their ancestors nor Judah's kings have ever known. And they have filled this place with the blood of the innocent. Yes, they have built shrines to Baal to burn their sons and daughters in fire. Although I never commanded or ordered such a thing, nor did it ever cross my mind. So now the time is coming, declares the Lord, when people will no longer call this place Tepheth or Ben Hinnom Valley, but Carnage Valley. I will foil the plans of Judah and Jerusalem in this place, and will have them fall in battle before their enemies, before those who seek their lives. I will give their corpses as food to the birds and wild animals. I will make this city something that sounds horrible. All who pass by it will be shocked by its pain. And when their enemies lay siege on the city, seeking their lives, they will resort in desperation to eating the flesh of their sons and daughters, and to devour the flesh of their neighbors. Then you should shatter the clay jar in the sight of the people who are with you, and you should say to them, 'This is what the Lord of heavenly forces says. Just as one smashes the potter's piece beyond repair, so I will smash this people and this city, and they will bury the dead in Topheth until there's no room left. That is what I will do to this place and its residents, declares the Lord. I will make this city like Topheth. The houses of Jerusalem and those of Judah's kings will become as foul as Topheth. All the houses on those roofs whom they made offerings to heavenly forces and poured out drink offerings to their other gods.' Then Jeremiah returned from Topheth, where the Lord had sent him to prophesy. He stood in the court of the Lord's temple and said to all the people, 'The Lord of heavenly forces and the God of Israel proclaims, I am about to bring upon this city and surrounding towns every disaster that I have pronounced against them, because they have been stubborn and won't obey my words.' When the priest Pashish, Imer's son, the officer in charge of the Lord's temple, heard Jeremiah's prophesying these words, he beat the prophet and detained him in confinement in the upper Benjamin gate in the Lord's temple. The next day, when Pashur released Jeremiah from confinement, Jeremiah said to him, 'The Lord has changed your name from Pashur to Panic Lurks Everywhere. The Lord proclaims, I am going to strike panic in your heart and into the hearts of your friends. You will watch as they fall in battle to their enemies. I will hand over all Judah to the king of Babylon, who will exile some to Babylon and slaughter others. I will hand over all the wealth of this city, all its goods and valuables, including the treasures of the king of Judah, to their enemies, who will ransack and pillage and carry it off to Babylon. And you, Pashur, and all those in your household will go into captivity. You will be deported to Babylon, where you will die. There you will be buried with all your friends to whom you prophesied falsely. Lord, you enticed me, and I was taken in. You were too strong for me, and you prevailed. Now I am laughed at all the time. Everyone mocks me. Every time I open my mouth, I cry out and say, violence and destruction. The Lord's word has brought me nothing but insult and injury constantly. I thought, I'll forget him. I'll no longer speak his name. But there's an intense fire in my heart, trapped in my bones. I'm drained trying to contain it. I'm unable to do it. I hear many whispering. Panic lurks everywhere. Proclaim. Yes, it proclaims itself. All my friends are waiting for me to stumble. Perhaps he can be enticed. Then we'll prevail against him and get our revenge on him. But the Lord is with me like a strong defender. Therefore my oppressors will stumble and not prevail. They will be disgraced by their own failures. Their dishonor will never be forgotten. The Lord of heavenly forces tests the righteous and discerns the heart and the mind. Let me see your retribution upon them, for I have committed my case to you. Sing to the Lord, praise to the Lord, for he has rescued the needy from the clutches of the evildoers. Cursed be the day that I was born. May the day my mother gave birth to me not be blessed. Cursed be the one who delivers the news to my father. You have a son, filling him with joy. May the bearer of that news be like the cities that the Lord destroyed without mercy. May he hear screams in the morning and battle cries at noon, because he didn't kill me in the womb and let my mother become my grave, her womb pregnant forever. Why was I ever born, when all I see is suffering and misery, and my days are filled with shame? So concludes our reading this morning. A lament by Jeremiah, who is upset with his calling. He says that he tries to resist it and yet can't because there is a fire in his heart. Are you feeling the fire? Are you trying to deny what God has called you to do? I pray that you hear these words this morning, that you meditate on them, and although at times sound harsh, remember that in the end here, Jeremiah is trying to fight his calling. I encourage you to continue to ask God to show you your calling and then to live in it. I pray that you have a fantastic day, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Bye.